Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today's topic is very interesting because you'll be seeing the top 10 dumbest celebrity appearances in video games. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to this channel, and remember to hit that bell icon so that you can have access to our unlimited videos and also be notified when we release a new video. Thanks. Celebrity cameos in video games can be spectacular or dreadful. A good cameo is something that everyone appreciates. Nothing makes a gamer happier than seeing a well-known celebrity unexpectedly appear in a game. Of course, they can occasionally go wrong, jeopardizing the title in some way. Let's see the top 10 dumbest celebrity appearances in video games. Kindly stay tuned till the end of this video. Thanks. Number 10. Justin Bieber. In 2012, NBA 2K13 was released, and most people would vote for the pop artist because he participated in an all-star charity game in 2011. While the connection is obvious, it's difficult to comprehend why Biebs was chosen considering he didn't score a single basket during the game. It doesn't take long to find out what promoted his inclusion in NBA 2K13. Because the game's executive producer was rapper Jay-Z, and Jay-Z and Bieber's relationship has been widely publicized over the years. Given that Bieber's celebrity all-star team includes a few Jersey Shore cast members, we're curious how much of this effort was spent assuring Scottie Pippen's inclusion in the game at launch. Number 9. Conan OBrien. The film Death Stranding was released in 2019, and despite his claims that he disliked video games, the late-night talk show host has been featured in several of them. Some of the cameos made sense, such as in LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham and Halo 4. What about Death Stranding, on the other hand? No, not at all. Conan plays the Wandering MC, a character who has a strange passion for otters. Longtime Conan fans might have been thrilled to see him, but it seems superfluous and contrived. It doesn't help that the game's designer Hideo Kojima has publicly proclaimed his love for Hollywood films and celebrities, and the game has already featured several characters from games, television, and movies. Number 8. Fred Durst. The film Fight Club was released in 2004. It was unusual for this game to be released 5 years after the film on which it was based. It couldn't get any stranger than this. What about a surprise appearance by a celebrity on the spur of the moment? Don't get us wrong, both Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit are tremendous admirers of ours. They have such appealing tracks that we could listen to them all day. But when it comes to the lead singer's engagement, we have to wonder why. Durst was not involved in the production. The only link between the two is the reference to Fight Club in Limp Bizkit's song Livin' It Up. Maybe we just needed to be there when the game and music originally came out. Number 7. Nearly everyone. Steven Spielberg's director's chair in 1996, and despite billing itself as a star-studded education on how to make movies, Steven Spielberg's director's chair is essentially the same as any other bad FMV game. The acting is ridiculously terrible, and the presentation as a whole feels lifeless, which is odd given how vivid Hollywood is generally portrayed. Celebrity appearances are equally upsetting, especially given Jennifer Aniston's outstanding acting ability. However, Quentin Tarantino's are contentious. Finally, it appears to be a celebrity-studded sermon. Was this truly designed to give us the impression that we are interacting with the actors? Number 6. Phil Collins. In 2006, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories was released. To be clear, we have nothing against Phil Collins. We adore the man's music and would go to great measures to have him perform for us privately, and putting him into this game is rather fantastic, so why is he on this list? He just feels so out of place in Grand Theft Auto's nefarious environment. Other celebrities such as Cat Williams, Ricky Gervais, and Samuel L. Jackson contributed their voices and likeness to the games, yet their appearance and voices look natural owing their harsh and filthy humor. They complement GTA's energy and wit. Phil is a clumsy presence who stretched the game's budget excessively. Number 5. Aerosmith. In 1994, the film Revolution X was released, and unlike other games that seem crowded with stars, Revolution X was just a gigantic promotion for the band Aerosmith, and it wasn't even that fantastic. This rail shooter takes place in a future where music, video games, television, and newspapers have been outlawed by a government agency. Aerosmith has been kidnapped during a concert, and it's up to you, the player, to save them. As if the game didn't already have enough faults, the console ports exacerbated them. Midway knew exactly who they were making this game for, and they succeeded. Even then, a daring moniker like Revolution X doesn't exactly scream Aerosmith. Number 4. Danica Patrick. Among the bizarre guest characters in the sequel to Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing are Wreck-It Ralph and several of the gamers from Team Fortress 2. Danica Patrick, on the other side, was the oddest and most inept of the guests. She appeared like a billboard for a character, with her sponsor GoDaddy branded on her dress and the Hot Wheels emblem on the sides of her vehicle. Isn't Transformed intended to be a kart racing game based on Sega IPs? So why are there product advertisements and a NASCAR driver on this page? Number 3. Dua Lipa. The FIFA 21 2020 football tournament is held every 2 years. In contrast to the majority of our goods, we can see a connection between our pop queen and FIFA. After all, Dua Lipa performed at the 2018 Champions League final. However, watching her in FIFA 21 is disturbing since her involvement appears to be a little too frivolous. Except for goal celebrations and replays, you don't see your players very much. So although it's fantastic to be able to say, "I have Dua Lipa on my FIFA squad," what good is it if the camera is hundreds of feet away from the action? Given the bright and animated nature of her music videos, a colorful cartoonish stadium devoted to her would have been more fitting. Number 2. Jimmy Kimmel. In 2012, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was released, and given how frequently Jimmy Kimmel has insulted and irritated the gaming community, it's a mystery how he got into Call of Duty, and his participation is perplexing. Raul Mendez is in prison, and based on your actions in the campaign of Black Ops 2, Jimmy Kimmel appears on his cell's TV. When Chloe Lynch emerges, the vocabulary and writing that follows are very disturbing. However, given his positive screen time, we have to wonder why Kimmel was engaged in the first place. Given the cost of Call of Duty, wouldn't it have been easier to save money by creating a bogus chat show? You know, for a fictional world? Number 1. There are far too many to mention. In 2017, Fortnite was released, and believe it or not, there was a time when Fortnite had its own identity. Even if there were a few crossings, seeing all of the varied designs roaming about the battlefield was intriguing. Unfortunately, due to an overabundance of crossovers and celebrities, the game has devolved into pop culture battle royale. It's gotten to the point where we see Superman with pistols and Ariana Grande with a scar, the latter of which has previously made an odd appearance in the Final Fantasy mobile game Brave Exvius. As a result of all these broadcasters, vocalists, and crossovers, Fortnite has entirely lost its uniqueness. And dare we wonder, why is Rick and Morty included in a game marketed straight at children? We have come to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, we are sure you would like to watch more related concepts from our channel. So stay tuned for more of our videos, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to our channel. Big thanks to you. We love you.